And what's cracking, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's update on Cardano. It's been a while since I last covered Cardano. I have been covering Caspa though, hit my target. So if you guys want another update on Caspa, just let me know in the comment section below. For those of you who are catching those, the Caspa updates. It's been on point, eh? But yeah, I'll be giving you guys the next target on the next update. Now, as far as Cardano is concerned, is Cardano still looking good on the weekly time frame? Yes, it is. I know that I'm seeing a bit of panic. A lot of people have been chiming in the comment section as well as over PMs asking me, Krisha, why is Cardano dumping? Guys, okay, let's bring up our drawings from, well, the last video. Okay, this was it. These are all my beautiful drawings. We had like this cascading pattern play, right? Now the first pattern was this beautiful W-like formation. For those of you who do not see it, we had one minor bottom right here. The second one came in right here. Prices moved to the upside. We broke the neckline, which came in at around 32 cents. I told you about that trade opportunity at 32 cents, and I said that, hey, the bulls are likely going to start taking over from here, and they did take over. And we saw price make its way all the way up to the next target, which only came in at around 40 cents per ADA. Right, so now think about targets, guys. Targets, especially when there's price action to back it up, historic price action to back it up, it's not just a target to the upside, but that target is oftentimes can also prove to be, well, resistance. Just notice how the market reacted off of 40 cents in the past, right? Throughout this entire consolidation, ever since Cardano actually broke down right here in October of last year, we've been holding 40 cents as that overhead resistance, right? And notice what's happened even this time around. Yes, Cardano did get up to 40 cents, but we got rejected by the bears, okay? We're seeing a bit of sell pressure on there. However, is it all over for Cardano? Does Cardano, well, dump to the downside once again? Do we make our way back to 24 cents? No, not yet. Okay, not yet. In fact, what I'm really liking about this picture at 40 cents, notice how many taps we've had at 40 cents so far. We've had 1, 2, 3, and we're looking at weekly candles, okay? Each candle is a week. 1, 2, 3, and this is the fourth one, okay? Now consider sellers being a pool. Okay, there's a pool of sellers, especially people who decided to go long at this region, right? They had all of these instances to get out of their position. So as far as people really feeling pain from, well, a prior position they took during this juncture right here, I think they're pretty much exhausted and they're pretty much out of the market. I think what we're technically seeing here at this 40-cent region is anyone who sort of bought Cardano at this low right here. Okay, so it's all of those people that will probably start taking profits at 40 cents. What I'm really trying to drive in here is that the firepower that the sellers once had at 40 cents is not the same as it was before. I think their firepower has reduced significantly. Okay, so I'm not going to be jumping the gun on getting too overly bearish here. However, I'm always going to tell you this time and time again. Let TA do your bidding, okay? Let your technical analysis do your bidding because it's likely going to keep you on the right side. So far this weekly picture, yes, while we did have a meltdown, it's not looking all too bad. As far as the pattern plays are concerned, we are still sticking to the same pattern play. We had one major bottom right here. This is a second major bottom right here. What we're seeing is, well, Cardano currently up against the neckline. If we start actually breaking the neckline of that double bottom like formation, we're looking at a target that's going to take us all the way up to 94 cents. So the first bullish signal on this pattern getting activated, it's not been activated just yet. An activation would entail Cardano actually breaking that 47-cent region to the upside. But the first bullish signal would be Cardano actually closing candles inside this green box territory right here. Okay, basically Cardano closing candles over 40 cents. Only when we start breaking 47 cents, that's when the W-like formation actually triggers to the upside, at which point the target will take us all the way up to 94 cents. Alrighty, so this play is still very much active. I'm not changing my tune on this. However, question is, does Cardano get there soon, or do we first see a pullback, maybe into 32 cents once again, before actually seeing continuation to the upside? Well, for that, let's actually go ahead and start off with step one of our process, which is the Mango dashboard. You can find this on app.mangoresearch.co. AVAX has done 121% on what? On the daily time, what the hell? It's a bull market, okay? Anyone saying that this is not a bull market, you guys are delusional. This is a bull market. This is what a bull market looks like. AVAX has done a 121% on the daily time frame. For anyone who actually caught this trade, freaking props. But anywho, let's go ahead and filter out Cardano. Cardano is on this list. You can see that it's actually picked up in trading volume, so that's good to see, okay? Because this list is technically filtered by trading volume. Now, for those of you getting lost into, well, decision fatigue when trying to figure out, hey, which cryptocurrency should you even be looking at? Which one is even worth the trade? Start getting onto the dashboard. Start using the dashboard to the best of your ability, because the dashboard is going to help you identify the coins actually worth trading. There are like thousands and thousands of cryptos out there. We created the dashboard for this very reason, to actually filter out the cryptos actually worth looking at. Okay, so Cardano USDT right now, let's get into the drop down. All right, so 12-hour time frame to the weekly time frame, we have bullish long trend signals across the board. We've lost the 4-hour trend though. Okay, but still, it's looking healthy. It's telling me that, okay, Cardano is still very much in an uptrend, so that bullish trend is still intact. I noticed the daily volatility hovering at 55, telling me that, hey, the bulls could actually step in here. Okay, they could step in here. So the way I'm interpreting this entire picture is that, yes, while Cardano is still currently in its uptrend, we could be seeing a minor pullback. Now, this pullback could either incite a further breakdown, or the bulls could pick it up once again. Okay, one thing that's telling me that the bulls could pick it up once again is that daily volatility, but one thing that might be alluding to a deeper pullback is this potential bearish divergence. Now, this divergence has not triggered. Okay, so we'll be going over the trigger for the divergence to really help us anticipate when can we expect the deeper pullback. All right, so now with this insight, let's get into the chart, because I don't like using anything in isolation. I want to see if there's TA to actually back it up, to give us some excellent trade setups. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and clear out my chart. All right, so here we are, ADA USDT, and you can see that, okay, 40 cents, that 39.40 cent region is still very much resistance. We have not claimed 40 cents just yet. However, let's get down to the time frame that the trend is actually being established at. And I believe that that is the 12-hour time frame. Okay, now this is something that I brought up to your attention, well, in the previous few analysis videos, that I've been falling back on the Mango dynamic indicator on the 12-hour time frame to keep me on the right side of this trade, because you'll notice that ever since Cardano actually started trending from its bottom right here at around 24 cents, notice how well Cardano has been forming off of that dynamic region, right? Every time we've come down to visit that region, every time we've come down to test that region, that's where the buyers have stepped in on every single instance so far. And once again, we're seeing another push down into that dynamic region. Now, I'm not going to be getting too overly bearish until we actually break that region of, well, support underneath us. That has been a very, very good region of support. So I'm falling back onto the dynamic indicator to keep me on the right side of this trade. Okay, for those of you who want the levels on the zone, the range comes in from around 35 cents going all the way up to 36 cents. I am going to be annotating the exact number on my screen right here, okay, the exact numbers that form that zone. So this is the region that I'll be looking for Cardano to first break. So I'm going to be looking for candle closes underneath this region, okay, for me to then anticipate further downside for price action. Alrighty, at which point the next major target I'll be looking towards is going to only come in at around that 32 cent region. It's going to be a zone of sorts. Okay, it's that same weekly zone that we had previously discussed, so somewhere around here. Okay, this is the zone that I'm going to be gunning for on Cardano's chart. Okay, this is going to be the first target to the downside. Now, what's really, really cool about this pullback play is that there's a bit of confluence on here, right? Because on the dashboard, notice what we spotted on the 12-hour time frame. Right? Notice the flags. We have potential bearish divergence on the 12-hour time frame. So with this, get back on over to your charts and let's go ahead and switch on our oscillators. All right, so we have the Stokes on top and we have the RSI at the bottom. Is this a double divergence play? Yes, it is. Okay. This is my favorite type of divergence play. In fact, I don't really like trading the divergences. However, when I see the double play set up, I usually end up taking the trade. Okay, because I find that it has some amazing playthrough. Now, for those of you who do not spot the double divergence play, we're essentially looking at higher highs on price action, okay, and in that same corresponding period, we're looking at lower highs on your Stokes, okay, as well as on your RSI. Alrighty. Just one general rule that I would employ, just make sure you have the right look back period. Now, my settings on the indicators are set to a 14-bar look back period. So yeah, we can actually look back to this bar right here. So we are well within that threshold, well within that range. And you can see that, okay, there is a very, very clear double divergence that's happening right now. For this to trigger, believe it or not, guys, just wait on that dynamic to break. That 12-hour dynamic zone breaking to the downside is also going to effectively help us take out this wick low right here. which is also going to help us activate that bearish divergence play. Okay, it's only when that happens will I really anticipate the next move to the downside, but wait on the break. Don't just jump the gun willy-nilly. Okay, you always want to wait on confirmation because there could be a potential play where price does come down to the bottom of that dynamic range only to bounce off of it. And now suddenly we're looking at a very, very different structure. Suddenly, what are we looking at, guys? We're looking at a potential ascending triangle-like formation that's playing out on your 12-hour time frame. Right? So you always want to, well, start thinking ahead. Don't jump the gun when you don't have confirmation just yet. Okay, wait on confirmation before you take the trades to, well, the upside or to the downside. Now, in the instance that price actually gets supported off of this zone right here, once again, dynamic support, I will be looking for another move all the way to the upside to around 40 cents. Now, remember what we're going to be, well, threatening at 40 cents, guys. What are we going to be threatening? We're going to be threatening to break out of that much larger double bottom-like formation. Alrighty, so eyes on the prize. Don't jump the gun. Wait on confirmation because you do not want to be missing the forest for just one tree. What we're seeing across the board in all the crypto assets, we're seeing the beginning of the bull run. I mean, just look at the dashboard, look at the returns, look at the gains, and this is the daily time frame. Okay, so this is all just about beginning, and you want to be able to squeeze out the most juice from this market. And if you want to start preparing for the bull run to come, and you don't want to be relying on me to give you guys the next most recent update on Cardano, on Caspa, on whatever altcoin you're trading, I suggest checking out the Mango Sprouts program because I'm going to be dispensing all of my technical analysis knowledge as well as my knowledge on execution and risk management in this program. You're not going to need me to help guide you throughout the rest of the bull run. You're going to be able to look at a chart and spot out the best trade setups all by yourself. Okay, this is why I'm building the Mango Sprouts program to help you position for the bull run to come. Go ahead and check it out. I'm going to be linking this down in the description below. You'll find us on the mango.com/sprouts. Now, Module 5 drops tomorrow. Very, very excited for it. But just a heads up, guys, as soon as I drop Module 5, the price of the program will be going up. Right now, you're going to be getting it at the early bird deal, which is a good 50% off. So instead of paying $4.99, you're only getting it for $2.49. Okay, so now's the time to be taking advantage. Today is the last day that you can actually capitalize on this price. Alrighty, so go ahead and check it out, themangoWay.com/sprouts. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this analysis on Cardano. Of course, if we get any more price developments on this chart, I will be publishing another update on Cardano. So if you guys want to stay tuned with that, make sure you're hitting the sub and the bell icon. And I'll catch you now in the next one. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the Mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.